Listen in your office, in your car, or even your neighborhood bar. You can listen with your whole family.
Is this the morning show you were dreaming about? Go back to sleep.
I enjoy that type of radio.
It is a group of people brought together because they share a common belief in what government should be like.
We don't need your education. We don't need your thought control.
That's a talent.
He's wacky, he's zany, wacky and zany. It's another wacky and zany show.
Good morning, Armstrong County. I'm David Croyle. Welcome to David and Friends. I'm the David. You're the friend. Glad to have you along for the ride today. 8:30 past the hour of 9 o'clock. 66 on the outside if you're just getting up and getting started, or if you've been up for a while but you haven't put your toes outside the door just yet to see, to check the weather. Do you do that? Yeah. Put your toes. You know, instead of just when you get up, go to the door. Just stick your toe out. Yeah, out the door, and you'll see. You can tell the weather by your toe. You don't believe me? Well, we'll talk to the National Weather Service, and you'll find out more about that, because I can tell you that works. Yeah, it does. All right, we'll let that go till later. We talk to the National Weather Service. Okay, today, well, actually all this week, is National EMS Week, Emergency Medical Services. You know, they are there for you. You dial 911, and you can get the police, and you can get the ambulance, and you can get the fire department. You know, whatever you need in an emergency is there when you dial 911. And so PennDOT, they decided to, make this a part of their week as well. And because, emergency workers are always there to help you, in the event of an emergency on the PennDOT roadways, right? Or the township roads or whatever. So today I thought I would talk to my friend Jamie Earhart. She is with the PennDOT group, and she's their media spokesperson for the day. Good morning, Jamie.
Hi, good morning, David. How are you?
I'm doing fine. And does this find you in Indiana or Armstrong County today?
I'm in Indiana this morning.
Okay. Is the sun shining there in Indiana?
Certainly it is for now.
Okay. Well, that's good. We got a good start to the day anyway. Same here, although the clouds are beginning to roll in. Let's talk a little bit about this because, according to the PennDOT data that they've produced, almost 4,000 vehicle crashes have occurred on the District 10 roadways. Now that includes Armstrong, Butler, Clarion, Jefferson, and Indiana counties. And that was in 2017, which is, I guess, the latest data we have at the moment. But there is something called the Yellow Dot program. And I'll be honest with you, I did not know about this until we receive a bulletin from PennDOT every once in a while, and it would happen to be in the bulletin. I looked at it and went, okay. So I want to know a little bit about this. What's this Yellow Dot program?
So the Pennsylvania Yellow Dot program, it was created essentially to assist citizens in case they would need emergency care following a car accident, and they may not be, able to communicate to EMS workers what their needs are. So by placing a yellow dot in your vehicle's rear window, this actually alerts your glove compartment for, vital information, medical information, your emergency contacts, and this is to ensure that everyone receives the critical medical attention they might need. I personally think it's a great idea for everyone to have, but especially, too, for your loved ones. If you have someone in your family that, maybe is a little bit condition, or if you have a teenager who's just starting to drive, this would be a great thing to have, and it's free, and you can sign up online for it.
Okay, one of the things I'm concerned about with this program, now you basically fill out this information sheet, and you can even put a photo so that they can identify you if you're in an accident. And there's kind of this personal information about you, and which I think is great because, if you can't speak, if you can't respond in an accident, they know, okay, I'm allergic to penicillin, and then I can't do this, and so you at least have that information to them. But the thing I get concerned about is if you're in an accident and someone comes up to the vehicle before, let's just say it's in a back road or something, before the emergency workers would come, would they then know this private information about you, and could that be a problem?
Well, I think when you get the actual packet to fill out the information, we're really just looking for your allergies, which doctor you would like to go to. So that could potentially happen. We would came upon you and you were unresponsive, that they would help you or call EMS workers. But if they were to take that information, just like your driver's license, they could take that information. So you shouldn't put anything like your Social Security number on there or anything that would be liable to you later.
Right. But even, do you normally put your address on there?
As you would your driver's license, that's right. And you wouldn't have to put your address on there if you didn't want to, but the whole point is that we can, contact someone if you are, in an emergency.
Right.
So, you would want to put that information in there, but...
Yeah, I could see putting a telephone number to contact somebody or
Sure.
whatever. But again, I guess if someone took it out of my glove compartment, let's just say they broke into my car, and I wasn't in an accident, but they broke into my car, and they took the information packet. Now they know where I live. They know all this other information about me. That just causes me pause. But I hear what you're saying, and I'm not saying it's not a good idea, because I think that there is a middle ground here where it would be so valuable. It could be life-saving if that emergency worker knows that little bit of information that they need to know about you. So I'm 100% for it. I just want to kind of explore the full side of it. Let's just say that, so that we understand. Don't
Sure.
Like you said, don't put your Social Security number in there. That just isn't gonna be something you would want to have on there. But a telephone
That's
number,
right.
I have no issue with that. In case of, and sometimes in your wallet they come with those little cards and they say, in case of emergency, call this person, this number. So that's a good thing.
Right. You can put as much or as little information in there as you're comfortable with. Again, it would just even be helpful for EMS workers to know your name, have an emergency contact to call, and if not, at least to know what hospital you would like to go to. If you would need a transfusion, what is your blood type? Are you allergic to anything? So they're not giving you medicines in emergency care that would in fact harm you, not help you.
Like I said, I'm 100% for it. I'm just kind of pointing out some things. Okay, so this week, because it's Emergency Medical Services Week, of course, PennDOT is promoting this. And so where do we go from here? In other words, this sounds like a good idea. Somebody wants to participate in that. They want to get the packet, put it in their glove compartment. So how do they do that? How does that happen?
It's actually incredibly easy. I did it myself upon learning upon this program as well. Being new, actually, to PennDOT, I www.yellow.pa.gov, and you fill out a participation form. You don't have to put any other information in there except your name and your address, so they can send you the actual kit or packet. When you receive the packet, you're going to get, again, it's literally just a packet, and you can complete the information section with all the information that you're comfortable putting in there. And it also has a space where you can put emergency contact information, any medical history you wish to disclose, medications, allergies, what doctor or hospital you would like to see you if you are, in harm's way. You also, if you wish, can put a photo in there. You, of course, don't have to, but that's an option. Then you put the kit in your glove compartment, and the yellow dot decal is going to be placed in the lower left corner of your rear windshield. And this tells EMS workers, once they see that dot, that we have all this information in this glove box. So it helps them immediately figure out who you are and what your needs are. And that's basically it. It's actually very easy. And again, I do think it's a good idea, if you do have an allergy that's serious, or you are someone or a little bit younger, because those are the people that, have the most accidents on the road. So again, all people have to do is go to www.yellow.pa.gov, or anyone can call 717-787-6746. And just one more thing, if any company or organization would like to order large quantities, they can do that as well.
Okay,
by calling the same number.
That would be important, because I could see some people getting on board with this and helping promote it. It's a good thing. 717-787-6746. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, you can call that number if you don't want to go online, because some of you I know that listen to the program, you tell me you don't do the online thing. Okay, well that's fine. There's a telephone number for you to do it Ma Bell way. 717-787-6746. I think I just
Right.
dated myself when I said Ma Bell, because Ma Bell doesn't
I know
exist
who that
anymore.
is, so I
Do
don't
you
think
really?
so.
Then you're that
Yeah.
old. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it's after I said it, I went, now I wonder how many of the audience would identify with that. You know, it's like you start to talk about records. Now some of the kids know about that, but and cassettes, and they just look at you. You know, in fact, some of them don't even do CDs anymore. So you just makes you feel so antique-ish.
Yeah, if I ever want to feel old, I just let any teenager know how old, how much gas was when I first filled up my car, which was 81 cents. So,
well, I've got
so
you way
there you
beat.
go.
I was a kid
Yeah.
when my parents bought a little convenience store in Adrian, and I'll never forget. At 8 years old, my dad said, "It's about time you learn how to pump gas, son." Okay, so we went out to the pump, and I'll never forget because it was now there was leaded then and high test. That was the two things you could choose from. So basically, it was, what was it, 89 or 93, I think is what basically that would translate to. So it was 29 cents a gallon for regular gas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've got you beat.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I'll never forget that, because that was my first introduction to not only pumping gas but realizing the cost of it. Now later on, whenever I became a teenager and I ended up with a Volkswagen, I could go out for less than $5. I could put gas in the tank. I could go to someplace like McDonald's and get a hamburger for me and whomever was with me, and call it a night for $5. So
those are the days.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So it's everything's relative now. Now the kids, it's what was $5 back then is $50 today. But
That's right.
the way it goes. Okay, so PennDOT going full steam ahead on this project for EMS week, and that's a great thing. And anything else we need to know about it before we change gears here?
Nope, I think that's everything, David. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you being with us today and being a part of the program. And thank you so much, Jamie, for being my friend. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, no problem. Take care, David.
All right, when we come back, got to tell you, what does 143 mean? 143. I didn't know what it meant either. I had to figure it out. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. 20 past the hour of 9 o'clock.
Bad nights for both the Phillies and Pirates. Good morning. This is Sports from Radio PA. Pitching proved the Achilles heel for Pittsburgh on Wednesday night. Radio PA's Sean McCullough has more.
The Pirates dropped their second straight game against the Colorado Rockies in a 9-3 loss at PNC Park. Josh Bell went 2 for 4 from the plate, including a 454-foot blast into the Allegheny River on the fly. Bell became the first player ever to hit 2 home runs on the fly into the Allegheny, with the other coming back on May 8th. Starter Montana Durapo lasted just 2/3 of an inning, giving up 3 earned runs. The Bucs will try to avoid the 3-game series sweep this afternoon, with Jordan Lyles taking the mound. I'm Sean McCullough.
But the Pirates weren't the only local club to lose last night, as the Phillies fell to the Cubbies 8-4. The Phils led 3-0 before Chicago clawed its way back. And a night after Jake Arrieta went against his former Chicago squad, Cole Hamels got to pitch against his one-time team Philadelphia. Cole Irvin was roughed up and allowed 7 runs on 7 hits in just shy of 5 innings. But with such a long season, it's tough for Gabe Kapler to manage his bullpen on nights like these.
I think I've been pretty consistent with the approach of aggressively going after wins when we can lock them down. I think you always want to balance winning tonight's baseball game with winning a series and winning the long game.
The Phils look to split a series with the Cubs today at 2:20, while Pittsburgh tries to avoid a sweep at 12:35. The best possible scenario for NFL teams during OTAs is staying healthy, but escaping these minicamps without injury is virtually unheard of these days. Both Pittsburgh and Philadelphia are mid-camp right now, and for a guy like Carson Wentz battling back from injury, all the reps are important.
I love anytime we can get on the field. We get on the field together, start building that chemistry, start talking through things with guys so they see how I see it and vice versa.
And that's sports. I'm Andrew Scaglione.
Here's an excerpt from The Selfish Path to Romance by clinical psychologist Dr. Ellen Kenner. Your intuitive first reactions to a prospective romantic partner may get you into trouble if you let your initial gut response color everything else, overlooking characteristics that could cause serious problems down the road. Or you may ignore positive characteristics that could reverse an indifferent or an even somewhat negative first impression. Your initial emotional response, whether positive, negative, or indifferent, needs to be validated or invalidated consciously by gaining more knowledge. This takes time. Get to know a person gradually, in layers. Attentively observe how the person acts in different situations, especially but not solely how the person acts toward you. Ask questions and listen closely to what the person says.
You can download Chapter 1 for free by going to drkenner.com, and you can buy the book at amazon.com.
Let's check the weather with David Croyle right now on Radio for Your Neighborhood, AM 1380 and FM 103.7, WTYM, Katanning, Ford City.
It's 66 degrees on the outside right now, and it looks, we've got sun coming through the clouds, but will it stay that way? We'll find out. Right now, Miranda Fullerton's at the National Weather Service in Pittsburgh. Good morning, Miranda.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Now, what about this this weather? We see sunshine right now out there, but what's going to happen later on today?
Yeah, so we're watching a line of thunderstorms that's across eastern Ohio right now, and that's moving our way and should reach Armstrong County area here by late morning, midday. And it does have a history of producing some damaging winds, so we're watching for the threat of potentially strong to severe thunderstorms with this first round. And then we should get a break here for a couple hours, and then expecting a cold front to pass through later on, which would provide potential for additional thunderstorm development along that front.
Oh, wow. So we're going to get hit once during the day, and then what, once toward evening again?
Yeah, the potential for this evening is really going to be determined on how well we can destabilize behind this initial wave once this passes through this morning's round.
Do we have any, did the model show how fast it's going to come in?
It's moving pretty quickly. The winds are fairly strong a lot. We're seeing, some of the wind damage associated with that, and there's some dry air also that these thunderstorms are tapping into. But in terms of where, around the Armstrong County area, I would say probably closer to late morning, at midday-ish time frame.
Okay. Well, there you go. So, folks, you want to take out your umbrella, your rain bonnet, and whatever else, the galoshes, whatever else you want, depending on what your style is. But it looks like we're going to have some rain today and some high winds, according to Miranda Fullerton at the National Weather Service in Pittsburgh. Miranda, do you know what 143 stands for today?
I do not.
Well, I didn't either, so don't feel bad. I didn't either. I checked it out, though. 143, our illustrious Governor Tom Wolf has declared this the 143rd day of the year to be 143 Day in Pennsylvania, and it's in honor of Fred Rogers. And he says that Fred used to use the number in making reference to the phrase, I love you. Thus, I, 1, 4 for love, 3 for you. So I will tell you, I was an avid fan of Mr. Rogers. And I
was too.
I do not remember the 143. I felt so out of the loop. It's like I didn't get the memo or something. Yeah.
The thing I remember is Lady Elaine Fairchild. That puppet gave me nightmares for life.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh. Well, what a great show. And Mr. Rogers was off camera just as intriguing as he was on camera. If WQED had where he produced the show had a little bit of an issue with equipment, because sometimes when you do television, something happens and equipment goes down and you have to get it repaired right now. So there was this one time that for several hours the equipment was down and his show was delayed and he's standing there waiting. And when he would get frustrated, instead of raising his voice or mumbling under his breath, he would go over to the piano, which he was an accomplished pianist, and he would go over to the piano and sit down and play. He played the entire 2 hours that they were down and waiting for the show to start. So Just a little bit of trivia
Huh.
for Mr. Rogers' neighborhood there that maybe you did
Yeah.
or did not know. All right. Well,
No,
happy 143 day to you, Miranda.
All right, you too. Thank you very much.
All right. Have a great day.
If you gotta get up,
If I gotta get up, I gotta get up.
do it with us.
And go, go, go!
David and Friends, weekdays on WTYM, Katanning.
All right. Just some more information you may want to know. Today or tonight will end the sermon series that they're doing at the Katanning Church of Christ. That's the church right behind the Dairy Queen. So I happened to be there last night with Mr. Willie Franklin from Texas, who is their special speaker, and he's a former athlete, and many of you would remember him. I do not, because I'm not tuned into sports like some of you are. Some of you, that's been your life for many, many years, but for me it has not been. Excuse me. Okay. And I invite you to go up. It's at 7 o'clock tonight, and this is his last night, but I think you'll enjoy him. A good motivational person. At 70 years old, let me tell you, he is active. I mean, very active. And when you talk to him, he's intense. You know, it's one of those kind of people. And I like those kind of people. Nothing wrong with that. All right, a couple other things. There's a plant sale at Ford City at the Garden Club, and that's coming up Saturday. At the Ford City Library from 9 until noon. They're going to have perennials and annuals and herbs and crafty items and gift baskets and much, much more. It's the Ford City Garden Club plant sale. And, of course, Monday, you know what Monday is. It's Memorial Day. And you can join us right here on WTYM Morning Show, followed by
Shutdown sequence initiated. Shutting down.
the Memorial Day Parade. There you go. All right, folks. Remember, dodge those raindrops today. We're going to have them. But make sure that you come back tomorrow and be a part of the show with me. I miss you if you're not here, so thank you for being my friend. I do appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone. It's 9:30 at 1380 AM, FM 103.7, WTYM.